Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hello, friends. Welcome back. It's Hy-Vee Today. It's good to be with you. Inside the Market Grill Express is where we're doing the show. It's Tuesday, and it's going to be hot out again. I mean, we're in Iowa. It's July, so for July 14th, Lutheran Living Senior Campus forecast today, partly sunny, humid, a high of 90. So don't be surprised if you walk outside, feels like a hairdryer later. Tonight, mostly cloudy, humid, a chance for a thunderstorm, a low of 70. And then on Wednesday, breezy and humid. I feel like you could just put humid in the forecast every day. All right, so there you go. You can see the weather, 94 Saturday, Sunday. But again, it's Iowa, it's July, it's going to be warm. You know, we don't know what after it snowed on Halloween last year, all bets are off, right? So, but the heat and humidity in July, we kind of can, plan for that. We can be ready, but just a heads up. Today's also Top Care Tuesday at the store, an opportunity for you to buy one Top Care product, get one 50% off. And the best part about Top Care is it's got the same active ingredient as all the name brand products, but you pay way less. So if you're dealing with allergies or whatever it might be, like a Top Care version of Tylenol or ibuprofen, you're going to save with the Top Care brand. And today you buy one and you get one 50% off. I want to say hello to Robin and Lieutenant Bach, who are watching and saying good morning on Facebook. Thank you. I appreciate that. Starbucks happy hour. I got to mention this. It's coming up Thursday. Another one. Buy one, get one free. Starbucks, 2 till 7. We did this last Thursday. It was absolutely packed. Super busy, a lot of fun. It's back if you missed it. We just showed you it's going to be hot. I've been getting my drink on ice, which is essentially an iced Americano with sugar-free vanilla and heavy whipped cream. It's a keto, low-carb, friendly beverage, and you can buy one, get one free. BOGO. Take a sip. So good. So that's coming up on Thursday. Don't miss it. And then on Friday, it's National Hot Dog Day. And at the gas station, we have switched to Nathan's famous hot dogs. And check out this deal. You can get a Nathan's hot dog, $1.49. And then on Friday, National Hot Dog Day, we're going to have a hot dog, bag of chips, 22-ounce fountain drink for $1.99. So Friday is national. I know what you're thinking. These national days are ridiculous, but I'm not making them up. So we're just reporting on them on the show. So that's Friday is National Hot Dog Day. And then last but not least, this is a save the date. 1 week from today, our bakery will have a buy one, get one free on everything. So we've done this now maybe 3 or 4 times. So the whole bakery back at a BOGO 1 week from today on the 21st. So you could buy a dozen donuts and then you can get another dozen for free, or say the dozen donuts cost, $7.99. Grab something else in the bakery, $7.99. That becomes free. So mix or match, equal or lesser value. Buy a cake, get a cake if you want to. Share with your friends and enjoy. That's just something I want you to put in the calendar so that you don't miss it, okay? All right, let's get to our guest who's patiently waiting with Muscatine Power and Water. Erica Cox is no stranger to this show. It's great to have her back, and we have a lot to talk about.
Good morning.
It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. So I want to start with just maybe just a little bit of info on how MPW handled the pandemic. Obviously, work and situations have changed for a lot of people. Although here, we've been open the entire time. Mm-hmm. As a company, we've gone to employees wearing face masks, and the aisles are one way, and I feel like we've done a really good job. So did it impact, so there's the offices for MPW, right. There's the power plant. Did it impact business across the board, Erica, or was it, right? Because nobody really had a plan for when something like this happens. Or did you guys? Because MPW, y'all are super good planners. So was there a disaster plan in case something happens, we can do this?
We certainly had a high-level plan.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
COVID-19,
sure.
But we put a lot of details to it as we were entering it. But as far as how business impacted us, we never shut down at all. So we did do some modifications. We had a lot of our office staff quickly converted to remote work.
Sure.
And our IT group had helped us get demobilized and whatever equipment we needed to get home. And fortunately, a lot of us have access to our internet service, so that worked out really well for us. We were able to do that seamlessly, but we were home for about 8 weeks, and then we started bringing back folks into the office. Everybody's back in the office now. Our field crews, we had at least a portion of our field crews working every day. We ended up doing some staggered shifts to minimize when people would have to be interacting with each other. We changed where they would have their tailgates in the morning so that we could have a wider open space for them. And then our power plant, was available throughout the entire pandemic as well. So we had staff down there that reported, and we did some of the same things with the staff at the power plant that we did for our field crews with some staggered starts. And we have the face mask requirement at work as well. And to prepare the lobby for reopening, we installed sneeze guard at all of our workstations. We do ask customers to wear a mask when they're coming in, and our staff wears a mask when customers are in the lobby as well. So I think we're really fortunate. We've been able to keep a 6-foot distance with a lot of just our normal work. So it hasn't impacted us terribly from that standpoint, but meetings have changed. They're either, much smaller in the number of participants, and we still do a lot of video meetings. We've used Teams. I joke that that's the fastest adoption of technology that we've ever had. But Teams made it seamless for us. We were able to keep doing video calls, and you can still connect with people. That was a big thing for us. How do we connect with our employees who we might not see every day? So that was a way for us to do that. And from a customer service standpoint, I don't think we missed a beat in being able to serve customers. Our drive-through we were able to keep that open. So that was one way that customers could continue to do business with us. But just like our employees adapted, I think a lot of our customers adapted as well and started doing things by phone or by email, or they didn't have to necessarily be face-to-face.
And if anything, the surge in internet usage, right?
It was huge.
Holy moly. Because, and a lot of people are still at home, but certainly from that March 13th till, the end of April at least, I have to imagine it was just, you guys have maybe never seen usage that high.
No, we haven't.
And this is, you have a lot of customers and a lot of business customers, but when everybody's home, and if they're working from home in addition to using that internet connection for everything else in the house, so that's where it's great to have that solid infrastructure. And when you talk about essential employees, guess what's essential? Power plant.
Power plant.
Always essential, but now more than ever, and certainly as we progress into the summer and it gets hot and humid, and so that's great to hear. And the technology has made things a lot better. As much as sometimes because I even feel like, is there too much tech? But then when something like a pandemic hits, you're able to do so much, and you can utilize it. And that's where, and I want to talk about fiber to the home in a minute, but that's where it's nice to have that investment pay off when guess what? Everybody needs the internet, it turns out. So for that investment all those years ago, it really makes sense. The water tower project is what we're really going to talk about today. Super exciting to watch. Literally, I drive past it every single day to and from the store, and all of a sudden, I think in the last couple of weeks, it looked like it was covered, right? So when it was covered, that meant it was being painted or primed or what?
Yeah, when that big cover was up, then they were either sandblasting to get rid of the old paint and prime the surface, or they were putting the new paint on.
Jeez Louise. So that's a massive undertaking. And for those that don't remember, so MPW, Muscatine Power and Water, won a contest.
We did.
With everybody's support, so the water tower is able to be redone without having to utilize any money that was in the budget. So it's exciting that it's happening. I didn't know if it would still happen given everything going on, but it makes sense to be able to do it. So where are we at as of today? Because it seems like is it gray? Is that like the base coat, or
So it was green for
Okay.
several days. That was the primer coat.
Okay.
And then each coat that they do gets lighter and lighter. So it was cream, and I think now it's kind of an off-white,
Okay.
and it will be a bright white when it's done.
Yeah.
We do think that they'll be finished painting the outside of the tower this week.
Wow.
And then they'll start on the inside of the tower because
Okay.
that's being painted as well. And then we have the template for
Yes.
the new design.
Super cool.
And that will go up, and that will allow people to be able to, you'll be able to see it being painted on. So unfortunately, I would love for it to be a surprise. I
Sure,
would love to do
sure.
a big, drop
Unveil-
the cover and you get to see it, but it doesn't work that way. But these are some of the pictures, yeah. So
The cover is kind of intense, right?
yeah, so the picture right there on the left that Chad has, I always thought that looked like that ride at Adventureland with the
That's-
big swings that go round and round.
It's a massive undertaking. Like just seeing that picture, holy moly!
Yeah.
But there's like you said, there's like contractors. This is what they do. They go into towns and they know what they're doing. But
Yeah, they absolutely
it's
do.
still, and then to have it be covered was kind of like a trip, because
So there's the primer coat.
my
That's the
gosh.
green, and I drive past it every day as
Yeah.
well. And there are a few times that I could see somebody out there working, and they look really small when you look at it in context of the entire water tower.
yeah. So it's great to see this happening. It's so awesome that Muscatine won this contest. And then the best part, the eventual new look will feature the design from Laura Palmer,
Right,
who's
yeah.
Muscatine native.
Muscatine native.
So she, and do we know what the final design is, right? So people had an opportunity to vote,
Yeah. So,
and now it's in the stage. So the painting is going on, and then they literally are going to apply like a giant decal,
like
and
a
then
stencil.
a stencil,
and then they're going to paint
that
in the stencil, and then that will leave the final design.
That is super cool.
Yeah, so-
Interesting that the inside is being painted as well. So that must have been long overdue, huh?
Yeah, so that water tower went into service in 1999.
Wow.
So that paint application has lasted for 20 years.
That's
but
incredible.
it was needing some work. And the bottom of the tower, a lot of water towers, the bottom of them looks a little bit dirty.
Sure.
Because the water in the tower is cooler than the air itself, so it condensates,
I didn't
and then
know
any
that.
dust collects there. So we are going to put a color around the base of the bowl to try to not show that dirt with the new design.
And so how much money did we save by winning the contest again?
Over $25,000.
Wow. $25,000 that didn't have to be put into a budget because of a contest and people voting.
Yeah.
And then when this is done, I mean, I feel like the old design, you could drive past it and you could see it, or you couldn't, you know what I mean? It didn't stand out. You could kind of just, if you had tunnel vision, but you're not going to be able to miss that new design. And it'll be interesting to see the different, like you'll have to get some cool drone shots of that, because it'll really have a unique design all the way around it.
Right.
So no matter which way you're approaching, you'll be able to say, and I know it's a water tower, but if you think about it, what other town around us is going to have a water tower that's like this? Oh, look at that.
We're
Like,
going
that's
to be one of
something
a kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people are going to want to see it. This coloring contest is exciting. So looking for, if you're like me and you've got the 3 kids in the house and you don't know what to do with them, this is something you got to get them into. So you're looking for, is it people of all ages, or are we looking
It
for
is
just the
people
kids?
of all
right,
ages.
okay. I want to make sure.
So coloring has come back in vogue, right?
yeah.
For no matter what your age is.
So this is super cool. And there's the age groups, right?
Right.
So you could win Adventureland tickets, which is awesome, because those are not cheap. And you got to pick one of these up. And I like that you can email it in. That's really smart. And then you're going to get to have fun with this, something to do with the kids. Or, to your point, I mean, adult coloring books are
Right.
still super popular. Have you done one yet?
I've not done one yet.
Yeah.
I will.
I was going to say, I haven't. I just love all of the Muscatine stuff on here. So that is that
So-
one that somebody did, or is that like the official?
This is just one that somebody did. So,
Wow.
we want people to use
Look
their
at that.
imagination and turn this in. And we thought of this as, growing up, you go to the grocery store,
Yep.
and they'd have these coloring contests
Yep.
at Easter or whatever. So that's our vision. We're going to have folks turn these in to us. We're going to put them on our windows at Power and Water. And we want to see what the public thinks that the water tower could look like. It's not going to have this much color.
Sure.
It will have some color on it. But all of the images that are on here will be on the final design of the water tower.
And it's everything Muscatine. That's what I love about this, right? I mean, that is going to be Muscatine, that water tower, in this contest. You have to have them in by July 31st, right? So for people watching, if you want to pick one of these up.
It will be going out in tomorrow's Discover Muscatine.
So it's coming
it's
to
an
your
insert.
home. Awesome.
And we also have a link on our website.
Perfect.
mpw.org/contests, and you can download the sheet from there if you like. But yeah, get it back to us by the end of the month. We'll get them on display, and we'll pick some winners and give some tickets and gift cards away.
That's super cool. And I feel like, again, Adventureland being open is one of those things that people look forward to every year.
Right.
And you guys have been doing giveaways, but I love this. This is super creative because it'll give family something to do. Or if you're watching and you're like, I'm an adult and I love coloring, then let's see what you got, right? Now, I feel like Chris Anderson can't do it because he's an artist.
He's kind of like a...
He would you would know.
He'd be the ringer of the...
Right. Maybe he could do mine. Ooh. I could hire Chris to do mine, and then I could put my kid's name on it. So Chris was telling us that on one of the buildings downtown, the original design had the old water tower. So would it be cool to put the new water tower in the same space? It's kind of a fascinating idea. So yeah, and I really think that people like Chris getting out and doing his art, and then this water tower, are people going to be able to, have you thought about, like, for people that are going to want to stop and take a picture of the water tower, is there anywhere they could do that? I mean, without pulling over on the highway? Because it looks like a new road. Did a new road go in for this project?
That was always our access road
Okay.
to get in there and service
Sure.
the water tower. I think maybe further back on Bidwell, maybe there would be
That's a
some
good idea.
places
Yeah.
where you could...
What about hot air balloon rides? What do you think? Can we put that in the budget that we didn't use to get the water tower redone?
that. I like
What
that.
do you think? Rent a hot air balloon and go up. All right, so that's going on. It'll be in the mail. Grab it and color. The electric car HyVee that you have
Yeah.
is super cool. So it's a car that can be plugged in. And is it the first of a couple that MPW is going to have, or what's the plan?
It's definitely the first.
Okay.
So we will have more. I don't know what the exact timetable is for that, but David, one of our meter readers,
Sure.
is using it. So with him going all around town, there's a great opportunity for customers to see it, to hear it or not hear it.
Right, or not hear. I've
hear
driven past that thing, and it's eerily quiet.
Yeah.
Like, there it is right there, the EV.
There
and
it is.
you don't, it's, zero emissions. Like, that is really cool. So, and I love the wrap on it, by the way. So you cannot miss this thing. And yeah, it's so fun to see. And was the nickname a contest at work or what? Or
I'll give you two guesses of who might have come up with that nickname. Yeah.
EV. Look at that. So for MPW, obviously in the power business, it makes total sense to have a car that can be plugged in.
Right.
And I imagine it has incredible range, right? They just keep getting more and more efficient. And it's a cool looking, like, I feel like electric cars, hybrids have come a long way, and how, like, that's
Right.
stylish.
Right.
Have you driven it?
I've not gotten the test drive yet.
What do you mean? Can't you just take the key? Like, hey, David.
I'd like to check it out for the day.
Yeah, right. Can I just take a hot lap in the
We
parking
would like
lot?
to have the team come out here with you, and maybe we can figure out a way
Totally.
to give a little demo of it.
I
on your
would love
show.
to see how fast it can go through the parking lot.
Yeah.
If the parking lot were empty. Look at Brad. Brad's like, I like that idea. We're racing. Nobody would hear you racing an electric car, right? You would just see it. That's the best part of that. So that's awesome. All right. So the water tower project, big deal. The EV, maybe people have seen it, is super cool. A lot of folks have won Adventureland tickets on the MPW Facebook page
Yes.
already this summer, which
Yeah.
is really nice. And then it does seem like there's been just a lot of different projects going on. Obviously, we could talk about like a fiber to the home update, but it seems like there's been some every year it seems like we're working on water mains. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with fiber to the home, or any updates on current other projects or things that have come up?
How about since we started with the water tower, we'll stay with the water utility.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay. So with the water utility, unfortunately, the last couple of days, the crews have been busy with some main breaks. And I always think, or I used to think, that main breaks happened in the wintertime because the cold and the ground freezing. But when it's hot and dry and then we get a bunch of rain, that also causes the ground to move. So our crews have had some middle of the night calls and some really early morning calls addressing main breaks. So we appreciate them, that quick response that they have, and making sure that we get customers back up and going.
It's wild when you see like a portion of a street, whether it's Bidwell or I remember there was one on Hauser, and they dig it up and then you're like, I don't know what's going on in there. Yeah. And then a day later it's fixed.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I know that it's a lot more complicated than that, but just from my perspective, it's like, oh, that looks like, and then a day or two later, you can't even tell that it happened.
Right.
And they're literally like digging up the road and fixing pipes that are burst. I don't know. It's same thing with like the team that goes out when there's a power outage. Not that we get a lot of those in this town, but that are out in the elements.
Right.
Because there's no. I mean, for folks that are on call, that's what they're there for, right?
It is exactly what they're there for.
When that happens, they get that call and they're there. They're not like snoozing or ignoring the call. It's like, oh, I gotta go. Have there been any issues with any power? I don't feel like at the house we've had anything.
No, the demand has been good lately.
Sure.
Hot weather, air conditioners running, so we like that. But squirrels are kind of still our nemesis on not only the electric lines, but also the fiber lines as well. So we've been dealing with some of that. But the fiber project allows us to, with the ONT that our team created this outage indicator, so that our folks in system control, if the power goes out, all of these lights start flashing and they're able to pinpoint it so quickly. So still super excited about that and how it's been able to improve our response time and get an electric service restored. With the electric utility, we're busy on the roundabout. We've got we're pulling some infrastructure through that, and I think that's going to open in maybe the next week or so, or parts of it's going to
perhaps
open.
Like Monday?
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
So that's a big deal. And again, one of those projects that seems like it's been going on for a while, and then it'll be open and it'll look like it's been there forever. Just like with Cedar Street roundabout. Took some time, but
I love the roundabout.
I do too. I understand how they work. I know what it means to yield.
Yeah.
So, and I think the one downtown is going to be great. And it makes sense that MPW is involved. And it seems like, with the exception of maybe this past Saturday, we haven't had a lot of those storms that would interfere with projects like that. And then the fiber to the home, I've seen updates on that. It continues to progress, right?
Yep. We've started installs again, so we did have to shut those down during the height of the COVID pandemic. But we've got those going again. Our installers will wear a mask, and they wear gloves, and they sanitize their tools between appointments. So customer response thus far has been really positive, and we do have a few customers that want to wait a while, and we're able to work with them on that. But I think most people are excited to continue the installs and get converted over to the new service. So that's going well. And then back to the electric utility. On Mississippi Drive, we did just award a contract to pull the transmission lines that are along Mississippi Drive on the riverfront. So that contractor will have some flaggers out, and we'll have some temporary lane closures while they're pulling the new conduit. But that will allow us to take those final transmission lines, which are the ones that are way up on the poles on the riverfront, down to really, give an unobstructed view of the riverfront.
That's super cool.
So
it's exciting to hear, and something that we hope to happen along the riverfront. And a shout out to Keep Muscatine Beautiful. One of the staples of last summer was Almost Friday Fest, and I know that Chris and Brenda have really been trying to get creative with respects to, can they do an Almost Friday Fest? It seems like they're going to try for August.
Right.
But that was I couldn't believe how many people came out and enjoyed that.
It was a fantastic event.
And it just grew and got bigger and better. And their hope, Erica, is to have some permanent lighting there in that spot, so that whether it's their event or other events could be held there. So shout out to Keep Muscatine Beautiful. And it seems like they're planning, hopefully, with all respects to social distancing and everything they'd have to follow, but they would like to see an event in August and September, maybe October, but not for July. Because initially they were planning on trying to do something in this month, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, huh?
No. So, there's a campaign out there right now where if you went to an Almost Friday Fest and you enjoyed the band and you enjoyed the entertainment that they had down there, please consider making a donation. They're trying to raise funds, as you said, to light that, make permanent lighting down there. And it really was a fantastic event. So anything that we can do to support that effort, certainly appreciate.
Well, and it's just proof that people with good ideas that are serious about doing something good for the community can pull it off.
Right.
You know, I just think about Brenda and Chris getting together, the Wonder Twins, and then it's like...
They really are.
I mean, I thought, okay, they have this idea, and then the next thing you know, I'm standing on stage in front of 1,500 people last summer. It was wild, and somehow they worked it out so that they didn't... I mean, they had some warm weather, but they never had rain any of those Thursdays. Right. It was unbelievable. All right, is there anything else that you want to mention before we give you a shot at the Toyota of Muscatine What's in the Box?
I think that was everything that I hoped to cover. Thank you.
So the Water Tower Project, if you haven't driven down Highway 61, please do, and get ready to grab this coloring contest form in the Discover Muscatine newspaper, which you can get today or tomorrow, depending on when you get it in the mail. We get it Tuesdays usually. And then get that back to MPW by the 31st for a chance to win. This is a great idea. Can I hold that one up?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody colored this at the office or what?
Right?
Who did that? That's wild. Look at that. I feel like, again, I might just hire Chris Anderson, local artist, to do mine. Chris, would you be opposed? Chris is, look at, you know what? It'd be cool. I might have you take one of these and bring it back later this week and see what his spin on it would be. I'm not going to take credit for Chris's work, but this is a great idea. And it's, again, still super exciting that Muscatine won, so that we didn't have to spend that $25,000 to get it done. There's a commercial that we showed you, and it's going to be just fantastic. And it's been great to see that progress already. Even in just that first coat just looked better.
Right.
Because it was a little dated, so that's awesome. All right, Toyota Muscatine, what's in the box? Would you like to try this?
Yeah, what do I do?
Okay, so I'm going to have you put that in front of you.
Okay.
So you go eyes closed, hands in the side, and then before you do anything, you push the doors open, and then you try and guess what's in there.
Okay.
I think you can. Now, it's nothing, hold on, it's nothing alive.
Is it slimy?
Right?
Is it...
It's not
going to bite me?
It's not a spider. It's not pudding. Okay, good.
Okay, so
they usually save the stuff like that for me.
All right, hands
so you
in.
should be safe. Hands in.
Ooh.
Close your eyes. Oh, gosh. All right, here we go. Ooh is always a good sign. All right.
Ooh.
Toyota Muscatine, what's in the box? Erica Cox, what do you think it is?
It is...
Oh!
Is it a tape measure?
It is a tape measure.
Ah!
Look at that. Yeah, today is National Tape Measure Day.
I did not know that.
I didn't even know that we sold tape measures. Chris finds everything in this store. Wow. You might be in like the top 3 for record timing as far as getting it.
I'll give my husband credit for that.
Yeah, you're on it. I feel like I get my hand in pudding. I don't get anything cool. Every time I do it, I'm really worried that one day, like when Michelle Burns is here, they're gonna be like, let's put let's put a frog, a tarantula. No, we're not putting tarantulas in this restaurant or in that box. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Everybody, you can visit Muscatine Power and Water on Facebook. You can go to mpw.org and definitely look for HyVee, the electric car cruising around. And we'll absolutely get HyVee on the show. I would love nothing more than to take that for a spin while we're doing the show. I'm sure we have the tech to support that. Wouldn't that be awesome?
We have the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we do that, you should drive it before I do, right? Or maybe we could drive it together.
I like that.
Cruise around the lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll just take it. Chad will be like, where are you guys going? We're just going for a spin. we're going to go to the water tower. We could do that, right? I'm excited. I can't wait. These guys have super cool drones. I can't wait to see drone shots of that water tower. That is going to be awesome. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust Aisle Cam. Again, mpw.org for the latest, or Muscatine Power and Water on Facebook. Breakfast burrito is the special of the day at the Market Grill Express. You can take that home for just $5, friends. So Boney and the kitchen crew always have a $5 breakfast special, and I'm here to tell you the breakfast burrito is very good. You can see some eggs in there, some sausage, some potatoes, some peppers, onions. That looks great. You could have it for lunch, have it for dinner. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. And start your morning out with a breakfast burrito. All right, something I want to mention, Brad. I want to get a tight shot right here, buddy. This is something that people have asked us about, and it is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Busch Light Apple. There you go. This is not fake. This is not something that Chris, photoshopped. This is the real deal. Busch Light Apple. Listen, I didn't think we'd have Busch Light brats. We got Busch Light brats, and guess what? Busch Light Apple. I think this is the first 30-pack in Muscatine County. I reached out to my friend Wayne Cunningham with 7G Distributing, and I said, can I have it? He said, yes, here it is, Chad, thank you. I had no idea. So we're talking about 4.1%, 130 calories, and 11 carbs. Busch Light Apple, refreshing light lager, combining the crispiness of Busch with the light sweetness of apple flavor. It's like the sound of refreshments meets the taste of an orchard. There it is. This is real. It's right here. We've got it in a 30-pack. So, listen, I haven't tried it. I can't drink on the show, obviously, but I would be happy to try one of these. And I love new products. I'm the first one to tell you this is something. And whether you think it's ridiculous or not, how many different apple beverages are there, right? There's Red's Apple Ale. There's the Wilson's Orchard in Iowa City that's making their own beer. So it makes sense for Busch to enter, Anheuser-Busch to enter this market, just like they did recently with the Bud Light Seltzer. So this is literally hot off the press, or hot from St. Louis. Just came to the store this morning. I don't even know if it's for sale yet. I don't know. I know that it's here, and I asked for it, and it's right there. And is that the Busch Light Apple guy? How could I could be the Busch Light Apple guy? Look at that. Put a flannel shirt on me, and I'm the Busch Light Apple guy. That could be my calling. Look at that guy. Who is that? What is he, the spokesman? That could be me. I could grow a beard like that. I look like a lumberjack, kind of. Does he have dad shoes on, too? Let me see the dad shoes. Look at the dad shoes. I got the shoes. Come on. Busch Light Apple. Here you go. Look at this guy. Who is this guy? Why can't that be me? Oh, my gosh. Oh, they acted like it was a TED Talk? Oh, that's good. That is good. I like that guy already. Busch Light Apple. So I don't know if it's limited time. I really don't know. I mean, it could be one of those things that lasts forever if it's well received. So it's really up to y'all to make it popular and try it. And I will try it, and I will report back to you. So today, we already kind of touched on it, National Tape Measure Day. Didn't know we sold tape measures at the store. Tape measure is always in the last place that I remember. Every time I need a tape measure at my house, I don't know where I put it the last time, right? Is there a better place? Now, you're probably thinking, well, you got to get a toolbox, then you put all your tools together. Well, yeah, sure. I have kids that get into everything. So we did kind of designate a space in the garage for tools. Maybe that's where I need to leave the tape measure permanently. But I'm telling you, where's the tape measure? I don't know. Where's the screwdriver? I don't know. I try to put it in one spot, and then when you go to look for it, it's gone. So it's National Tape Measure Day. It is National Grand Marnier. You say it. You say fancy words on TV and not get it wrong. Look at this. Grand Marnier. I feel like I've had this once in my life. Beautiful bottle, though, huh? How about that? It's even got like the wax thing, stamp, and then a ribbon. What is it, complicated to drink? Can we not have alcohol with obstacles? And by the way, these little protective doohickeys, harder than you think to get to come off with the magnet thing. It's really an art at the register. But this is Grand Marnier. It's a liqueur made with a unique blend of cognac and liqueur of exotic bitter oranges that has been crafted in the Cognac region of France with the same care and passion since its inception in 1880. Who invented this in 1880? Can you imagine that guy? Oh, what are you drinking? I don't know. Are you getting into that again? Samples. Like somebody perfected that way back in the day. It is 40% alcohol. So please be responsible on Grand Marnier. Ooh la la. There you go. 40%. Wow. That, I bet it's probably not cheap. $45. Not bad. I just hold those bottles very awkwardly because I don't want to drop them, right? I don't want to do that. And then I can see that Brad's getting a shot of it. So here we go. Because Chris Anderson insists upon mac and cheese with mustard, we have today is officially National Macaroni and Cheese Day. So last week we had Macaroni Day, and today apparently is officially Macaroni and Cheese Day. And you can see what Chris did. He put some mustard there, but then he thought he was going to get sneaky, and he put some mustard right there. So the thing is, it's not uncommon to add mustard to your macaroni and cheese to help cut through some of the creaminess with the acidity from the mustard. And Chef Scott made mac and cheese last week that sold out, by the way. It was very good and had mustard in it. So I am not opposed to admitting to y'all that I was wrong for the first time in my life, and macaroni and cheese can have mustard in it. Now, I don't know about, and I'm going to ask Chris. So you're saying like if you made this one, maybe that's a bad example. If you made the spirals at home, you're saying, Chris, you would take the spirals and then put this on top? A little bit. So maybe after, because I feel like mac and cheese, boil the water, add the noodles, give it a couple minutes, drain the water, add the powdery cheese, maybe a little butter, maybe a little milk, and then you're saying a little mustard. Okay. It's not weird anymore because Chef Scott backed you up. You have like the scientific evidence, you know? It's not like you're making a wild claim on the internet and you have nothing to back it up with. You have a chef in your corner. I got nothing. But also maybe the mustard powder is the way to go. Maybe that's the way. I don't know. I feel like I should do this to my kids the next time I make mac and cheese. Just lay on the hammer. That's probably too much. They would be like, huh? Adam on Facebook says he had mac and cheese for lunch yesterday without mustard. This is the thing. We have a controversy. We have a controversy on our hands. Maybe it's not settled. Although Chef Scott made mac and cheese that I tried on this show last Friday that had mustard in it, couldn't tell. Brad also is okay with the mustard. I don't know. All right. So there you go. Macaroni and Cheese Day, Grand Marnier Day, and tape measure day. There's another. Did you see what else the day was? I left that one out. Did you see that one too? Yeah. All right. We're not going to mention it. And then what's with the Jordan? I love this. I do love Michael Jordan. Yeah. And it's ironic. Did you see? I don't know if you're on Instagram. Chad, I'm going to airdrop you a picture really quick. I sometimes feel like Chris is reading my mind. So I posted this on Instagram last night, and I was playing NBA Jam in my basement on my arcade. And oddly enough, I was playing as the Chicago Bulls right there. That's last night. And then there's a Jordan magazine on the table this morning, and I'm like, what's going on here? So the ironic part, of course, is that Michael Jordan didn't really let himself be in any video games. So that was always weird growing up in the Chicago area when they had games like Bulls versus Blazers on Sega Genesis. And if this is too nerdy for y'all, I apologize. But Michael Jordan was never in any of those video games. So NBA Jam, you try to play it, and you're like, I got Scottie Pippen, I got Horace Grant. I think Tony Kukoc was an option. And then, yeah, Michael Jordan, of course, back in the spotlight after The Last Dance. Oh, man. Growing up in the Chicago suburbs, the Bulls won 6 championships, right? Like, I went to a couple of those rallies at Grant Park, and it was so great. And I got to see this guy play baseball, too, by the way. I got to see Jordan play baseball. I sat first row, Wrigley Field. You could put your drinks on the Cubs dugout to watch the Cubs play the White Sox. And Michael Jordan was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but had 3 standing ovations. So for us growing up, we were totally spoiled by this guy. And you know what? People say, like, well, Jordan was kind of an egomaniac. Good for him. He's the greatest basketball player ever. Yeah, maybe not the best teammate, but he won 6 championships. 6 of them, right? I can't wait to have Bobby Hansen on the show. Bobby Hansen, of course, former Iowa Hawkeye that won a championship with MJ. And he might say the same thing. Yeah, Michael wasn't the best teammate, but they won championships. Does it matter? Like, what are you going to want to hang out with the guy? What do you want? You want to win a championship, or you want to be Facebook friends with the guy? Because I guarantee you, people would rather win the title, right? And then we have just a couple of different koozies down here. And for people, listen, we're hoping, of course, to have an NFL season this year. I should pick up my Chicago Bears. Look at that right there. Maybe you put your Busch Light apple in there. Look, I can't believe I'm holding a Packers one. And then I don't. Is there a Steelers one? There is? Really? Oh, right there. There you go. Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer loves the Steelers, so we'll do that to make him happy. So yeah, we want to have NFL season. Certainly, they're working to make that happen. Major League Baseball doing the same. NBA as well. It's weird, right? I mean, sports are a big part of people's lives, and certainly when you talk about Iowa Hawkeye football, there's hundreds of thousands of people, if not more, that across the state that want to be able to go to Iowa City and watch their team, or to Ames if you're a Cyclone fan. All right, couple of things we're going to mention before we get out of here, and we'll see if Boney's going to pop on. He may or may not. It's okay if he doesn't. A reminder about Top Care Tuesday. Check it out. Chris grabbed some Top Care products, and I appreciate that very much. So when I say about Top Care, and I mean it, these have the same ingredients as a name brand product. So, and I don't even know what I'm holding. Okay, so let's look right here. And you can see on the allergy pill, it says compare to Zyrtec active ingredient. So maybe the Zyrtec is $5 or $10 more than the Top Care. You're literally at that point just paying for the name, right? So save the money. It has the same ingredients. And today, when you buy one, you get one for 50% off. So it's even better. So if you do suffer from allergies, or if you need, like I mentioned, the Tylenol or the ibuprofen or whatever the case may be, buy one, get one 50% off. It's awesome. That's every single Tuesday. And I know, listen, I'm going to tell you, things are moving around in the store. We're resetting a couple of different aisles, so thanks for bearing with us. They did move things yesterday, like the razors kind of shifted location. We're going to have store maps and things like that. This reset was supposed to happen before the pandemic. So it's not something that we're just doing willy-nilly. And it is about making your experience as a customer better. And I know it can be tough when you know where things are and they change, but just again, it's all about improving your experience on the show. So we'll talk more about that later. The pharmacy, right. So a lot of folks, getting back into a routine of maybe going to more doctor's appointments. For a long time, folks weren't doing that. So when it comes to getting a prescription, how do you do it? Here at Hy-Vee, we can deliver it to you. You can come through the drive-through. You can refill from your phone. You don't have to have any contact if you don't want to, is what I'm getting at. Our team is very diligent about this, and I can tell you, and I think I can talk about this, how about drive-through flu shots? Right? You thought drive-through online groceries were the future. Now we can give you a shot in your car? Huh? I love this idea. My Toyota Sienna is super comfortable. I just stick my arm out the window. Give me a shot, Nicole. I told you, the last couple of years I didn't even feel when I got the flu shot. I didn't even feel it. So that's something that's coming very soon to your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Drive-through flu shots. And we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. All right, so I think I sent the National Hot Dog Day portion of the ad. I want to mention this. Look at this. Who'd have thought? National Hot Dog Day. I mean, hey, today's National Grand Marnier. You know what I love more than Grand Marnier is a hot dog. I don't think the person that drinks Grand Marnier is probably having a hot dog, right? I don't know if it's the same person. Although Nathan's hot dogs are pretty fancy, and my friend Corey Doffelt on Facebook pointed out this morning, is Joey Chestnut going to be there eating hot dogs? I don't think so. And I'm here to tell you, I know I'm not a small person. Look at me. There's nothing small about me. I think at the most, first of all, I've never really done like an eating competition because I just can't. And when you see these people that are winning contests, Joey Chestnut's not a big guy. He's a small guy. So that stereotype is wrong. Don't look at me and think I can eat 10 hot dogs. Oh, gosh. Oh, that is the worst. Like, does he ever Google himself? He can't, right? Every picture. Every picture is like, God bless him. Every picture is like his family. Like, we're so proud of you, Joey. You did it. You made the chestnut. Nobody dunks a hot dog in water like you do. And of course, there's a belt. This is the biggest victim of the pandemic. Is the fact that Joey Chestnut couldn't, in public, I know they like live streamed it. Do you think he has Do you think he has hot dogs any other time of the year? Right? Could you imagine how many, like, what does his doctor say? Hey, Joey, it's me, Dr. Tone. You doing that hot dog thing again? I don't even know if Joey sounds like that. Like, you should probably not do that. Like, you think about when you go to the doctor and your doctor's like, listen, you got to look at that cholesterol. This dude's eating, what, 90 hot dogs? Huh? And the buns? Practice. Brad's saying he must. But the other part is, this is what he does to make a living. So he's a genius. He has made a living out of eating. And he probably is rich. So we're all wrong for not doing this. Like, could I get into competitive, I don't know, what could I competitively eat? Hy-Vee donuts? Is there a competitive donut eating contest? I've never done any of them. So what I'm saying is, I think in my lifetime, the most amount of hot dogs I've had in one setting is 2 or 3. I don't know. And now I'm like low carbonate, so like for National Hot Dog Day, I'll probably be the guy that gets a hot dog without a bun. But regardless, this Friday, National Hot Dog Day, whether you eat 75 of them or just 1 or 2, Hy-Vee gas, $1.99, Nathan's hot dog, brand new, just started carrying them, $1.99 for the hot dog, bag of chips, 22-ounce fountain drink. Can you imagine Joey Chestnut? You can't Google that guy. Every picture is just like, oh. They dip it in water. I mean, they dip it in. But he made a living out of eating. Like, people know that guy. Isn't that something? Is he living the American dream? I think he is. He's well known for eating. Does he have a mansion? Could you imagine? That's the house that hot dogs built. That's that guy. It's like the pet rock. He has a belt, for goodness sake. He's a championship belt for eating hot dogs. 61 hot dogs. Ugh. He had 70. Does he put mustard on those hot dogs, or just his mac and cheese? We could probably pay Joey Chestnut to come to Hy-Vee and eat mac and cheese. He's probably the kind of guy. We all have that friend that's drank like a bottle of ketchup or mustard before, right? There's always that friend of yours that's like, I'll do anything for $10. You drink a bottle of mustard? Sure. Oh, they did donuts. Oh, he was upset. So that's the thing. This guy will fly into cities to do contests, and sometimes he doesn't win. Oh, my goodness. Think of the possibilities. We could put him in the parking lot. We could do like a tenderloin eating contest. We could do sweet corn. He could do veggie straws. I don't know if he would want to do patriotic veggie straws, but maybe not the worst idea. Come on, Joey Chestnut, bring it on. I bet I could eat this whole bag before you could. All right. we're looking for help in a couple different departments here at the store. So we're doing open interviews tomorrow. So food service, that can be Hy-Vee Chinese, that can be Italian, the kitchen. We need help, and we're looking for you. So this is tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. No appointment necessary. Walk in. We'll get you situated. We'll have a conversation, and you could leave with a job. All right? A lot of kids getting ready to go back to college, regardless of what that looks like. Some of them don't know, but we need to have some help. And if you're looking for a job or a part-time job, we can work with you. Here's what I know about working for Hy-Vee. Every single day I get a 10% discount. The week of the 4th of July, our discount was 20%. So that's an incentive in itself, and that's good for full-time and part-time. And the best part is if you're part-time at Hy-Vee, you can share your discount with one person. So whether it's a family member or friends, you're able to share your discount. So like my discount is linked to my wife's fuel saver, so she can use it. It's fantastic. So we need help. Open interviews tomorrow from 3 till 6. Consider stopping by. Or if it's not you, if it's someone you know that's looking for a job, send them our way tomorrow, 3 till 6. I'm just looking at Facebook to make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like we're all caught up there. Okay. How about the fuel savings total? And I told you I was going to run the report. I forgot. All right, listen, I forgot. But for the month of June alone, we're talking about $19,269.13. I told this to a customer yesterday. I was bagging groceries yesterday afternoon. We asked if this customer had a fuel saver. They said no, and I said, I'm just going to give you my spiel. I said, listen, the month of June, $19,269 saved in gas. And when I told the customer that that was just at this store, they signed up for a fuel saver. So it's not just a thing, it's real. Don't leave money on the table, right? If I just think about if you're coming into the store and you don't have a fuel saver, and because at the bottom of your receipt, it'll tell you you could have saved X amount off per gallon of gas. So that's literally money that you're like, you can keep it. So don't do that. Get the fuel saver and start saving on gas, all right? Now, unless you have an EV, like MPW, they got that electric car, they don't need the fuel saver. The rest of us, I'm looking at the parking lot right now, and I'm not seeing any hybrids. I did see a Toyota RAV4 hybrid yesterday. Drove right past me, super quiet, good-looking vehicle. But right now, just looking out there, I don't see any electric vehicles. I see vehicles that run on gas. We don't need to show. No, I don't want people... We're not showing their cars. I don't want to hear about that. They showed my car on the TV. No. We didn't show your car. I'm just saying, get the fuel saver unless you have a hybrid or an electric vehicle. That one day we did have that Tesla pull up. That was kind of cool. All right. I'll remind you about the Starbucks happy hour. It's such a good deal, Starbucks, here at the store. So who would have thought back-to-back Thursdays with the buy one, get one free. So Starbucks going to be ready to take care of you this Thursday starting at 2 p.m. Share with your friend. Last Thursday, one customer left with 10 drinks. They paid for 5. They got 5. And that's just one example, right? So there were folks coming in. Our Starbucks team worked super hard last Thursday. Lori Aguero was there, Gina Schließman, Ashley Hardman, and the crew working this Thursday will take excellent care of you, I promise. Get your Starbucks fix. Buy one, get one. 90-degree weather. I mean, you know me. I literally I think I've been drinking the same Starbucks drink for 2 years. I don't change it. I'm a creature of habit. You could ask for the Tony drink. I don't know. We should have named it at this point. Maybe it is the Tony drink. So it's an Americano, which is like espresso, water, sugar-free vanilla, and then heavy whipping cream. And then you kind of mix it up, and it's super low carb, high in fat with the heavy whipping cream, and there's no sugar. There's sugar-free vanilla. So, yeah, we should have really named it. But people will just say, can I get the Tony drink? And I don't say that out of a place of ego. I don't need things named after me, right? I wouldn't hate if my face was on the water tower. My 5-year-old, by the way, is convinced. You know, we were talking to Erica Cox this morning. Ted is convinced that they're painting my face on that water tower. And I had to tell him that was a joke. Because if you remember, MPW brought a cake when they put my face on the water. It was a joke. And I took the cake home, and Ted was like... So the other day we were driving, and Ted's like, they're painting your face. And I was like, they're not. And then he got super mad. So maybe I could hire local artist Chris Anderson to put my face on the water tower. No, we're not going to graffiti the new water tower. That's a joke. But my 5-year-old is determined that they're putting this on there. And he was a little dismayed, disappointed that it's not the case. All right. Senior Resources Picnic. We talked about this yesterday with our friend Megan and Kelly that were here, and it is coming up this Saturday. I figured we could keep mentioning this. So if you're watching and you want to support Senior Resources, go to the rendezvous between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. and drive in, $10, have lunch, take it to go. You can park. They're going to have some picnic tables set up. But this is a fundraiser for Senior Resources so that they can continue to take care of folks in Muscatine, right? Meals on Wheels. The stat yesterday that stuck with me is that Meals on Wheels 6 times a week is delivering 40 meals a day to seniors in Muscatine. That's a big deal. So I would love if you could support this fundraiser. Listen, I know it's $10, but excuse me, maybe you can afford 20, right? Or you want to make a $50 donation. They'd be happy to have your support. That's this Saturday. My friend Terry Truitt is watching right now. Terry, who runs Hy-Vee gas station, on vacation this week. Terry, we were talking about National Hot Dog Day. We're super excited. Can't wait to try the new Nathan's hot dog. Looking forward to it. All right. How about some lunch and dinner options? And then we'll mention one more thing and get out of here. So today is Tuesday, and we have a full calendar of things you could have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm definitely getting a breakfast for lunch today. I didn't bring a lunch, so I'll probably do, I like the omelets with sausage, and then I get a side of bacon because this is America, and if I want a side of bacon, I can have one, okay? Tenderloins, an option for lunch, pizza. We showed you the $5 breakfast burrito. So that's what's happening for today, Tuesday, throughout the course of the week. A lot of good offerings in there, and that's great. Look at this, Denise Fegan on Facebook. I want to pull this up so I can read it. Denise, yeah, this is a good point. I should have mentioned this. Denise says the mighty Muskie girls softball team, MAC champions. How about that? A few girls are Hy-Vee employees. Shout out to them. How about that? So Muskie softball, I think it was last night, if I'm not mistaken, MAC champions. Denise, thank you for telling me. I had seen several posts, and I should have made a mental note last night. But congratulations to the Muskies. That's exciting. So good for the softball team. And we wish them all the best. It's just weird to think that, and not that their season's over because they could go to state, right? They're going to go to state. But that's awesome. So thank you, Denise. I appreciate that comment. I would have forgot to mention that. And maybe we can I'll look for some pictures and an article, and we'll talk more about that on tomorrow's show. So thanks, Denise. Thanks for that. And I know that we have several employees that do play. She is right. I think Reagan Downing is one of them. And good luck to the Muskies as they progress. All right. The store hours, 6 a.m. till 11 p.m., Monday through Sunday here. If you need anything bright and early, we're ready to take care of you. Please know that regardless of what it is, it's open for everybody, right? So get in here, get yourself taken care of. Maybe you just miss seeing Sherry Siwasink bright and early. And you're like, you know what? I want to see Sherry. 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. How about this for breaking news just coming in? Mississippi Valley Fair canceled for 2020. There you go. That just broke 15 minutes ago. Mississippi Valley Fair has canceled for 2020. I was looking to see if I could find any info. Let me click on this. I'm on the Journal's website. I'm looking to see if they had anything on Muskie softball. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Chad, let me see if I can send you this link. Hold on here. We'll give the Muskies more of a shout out. Let me pull up my messenger. And here we go. So yeah, the Mississippi Valley Fair canceled. That is some breaking news for you that was just reported 15 minutes ago. All right, I sent that link on Facebook Messenger, so hopefully that'll pop up. And I know that that's going to be disappointing for folks to hear about the Mississippi Valley Fair, but not totally surprising after they announced that all of the national touring acts weren't going to be there. All right, here we go. Look at this. Muskie softball wins their first MAC championship since, I think it's 2013. Wow, look at that. 7 years. How does that's 7 years ago? That does not seem like 7 years ago. So congrats to the Muskies. Let's read a little bit of that if you don't mind. So Muskies, look at that. Of course there's a pop-up ad. What would we do without pop-ups, right? Muskie softball team did it against Davenport North. Pretty cool. Muskies took the opening game 12-11 in 10 innings and grabbed the nightcap 7-5 for the first MAC title for Muscatine since 2013. Way to go, Muskies. If we scroll down, does it say what happens next? Because I don't really know exactly. A little more details about the game. Riley Moss. Oh, yeah, Riley works here. Riley's awesome. Okay, second. Wow, that's a lot. So the Muskies record 16-2, 14-2 in the MAC. That's great. Holy moly, how many words is this? It's like 1,000 words. All right, so we'll keep you updated on Muskie softball as their season progresses, and we wish them nothing but the best. Good luck to you, Muskie softball. And yeah, I totally forgot that we had all of those players, softball players that work here, so that's excellent. All right, I want to thank our friend Erica Cox for being here with Muscatine Power and Water. Don't forget to look for the coloring contest in the Discover Muscatine newspaper. We also have some here at the store. Oh my, almost dropped the bottle of Grand Marnier. We also have some available here at the store. So this is kind of like the template. And then you can see if you want to get super creative. Look at that. And it's on the screen, everybody. You could win Adventureland tickets. There are categories based on your age, up to 3, 4 to 7, and so on. So if you are feeling so inclined, get your color on and check that out. I like the example that Erica left. Right? This is pretty cool. Look at this one. So I did not do this. Erica brought this. And then there's what the blank one looks like. All right? Very good. And it's really awesome that Muscatine won that contest to get the water tower redone. Savings of $25,000. And that progress, it's happening. So it's happening. And it'll be done relatively soon. Denise Fegan sending me a text now. Is this connected to... Oh, that's cool. Look at that. I'm going to send that to you, Chad. Denise just forwarded a pic of the Muskie softball team. And there they are, 2020 MAC Conference champions. Congratulations to the Muskies. It's fantastic. Just glad that they got to have a season, right? So many other sports for kids didn't happen. Okay, we're going to get out of here on that note. We'll be back with you tomorrow, Wednesday, live at 8:30 a.m. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust with the aisle cam. Today it's looking at a breakfast burrito, and we hope it makes you hungry. Thanks to our friends at Toyota of Muscatine. What's in the box today? It was a tape measure because, did you know, July 14th is National Tape Measure Day. And thanks to our friends at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Listen, Busch Light Apple, it's here. This is it. I think this is the first 30-pack in town. We've got it. If you've been waiting for it, Busch Light Apple has arrived. And I'd like to be able to just take a can and have it and then give you a full review tomorrow. So maybe I'll see if that's something that my friends at 7G... Maybe I drop this 30-pack and one pops out, and then I pay for it. Is that an idea? I've had worse ideas. All right, we'll talk to you soon. If you need anything in the meanwhile, HyVee today at gmail.com, or you can reach out to the store on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, however you want to do that, or give us a call if you need something, 264-2420. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
You're watching HyVee today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah, man.
This Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to HyVee today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, HyVee today at gmail.com.